These are the Tarot and Oracle forecasts for the month of January 2019. Happy New Year, everybody. If you would like to purchase or book a reading, any of the readings that are available from me, you can go to the website. The links will be in the description box below. That also includes those incredible soulmate readings. Libra, we're going to start off with your teacup. I made you a cup of tea and we had a look at the tea leaves. I did. I want you to have a look as well. That's why I say we. If you see a symbol in there that pops out at you, just comment in the comment box below and I'm quite happy to discuss it with you. What I see in that cup of tea is the letter M. So for some Librans out there, this is going to be relevant to you. Someone with the letter M at the beginning of their name or surname will play an important or pivotal role in your life this month. Or even a place with the letter M in it is going to play a part. For those of you that this message is for, when that person arrives, or if they're already in your life, or if a place is mentioned, you're going to know this is for you. Another thing I saw, lovely thing, was a bracelet with a heart on it. Some of you, a commitment is coming this January. There's somebody who's going to commit to you, who's going to give their heart to you, and this has the potential for a long-term commitment written all over it. There are two V's in there. V is the victory. So there are two things this month for some of you that you're going to be victorious in. Two endeavors, two projects, two goals that you will see victory in. Like I said, if you see something in there that pops out for you, comment in the comment box below and I'll let you know what I think it is for you. The tea leaf cards that came up for Libra is bread, chain, turkey, box and rainbow. The bread says period of prosperity and abundance. So January brings in some goodies for you. Christmas has gone past for those of you that celebrate Christmas, yet you're still getting gifts in January, it would seem. So January is a good month. You can definitely prosper in January from your efforts or from what you've done or doing or aiming at in your job, whatever the case may be, there's profit to be made in January. Then a chain of events will affect your life. So something sets off a sequence of circumstances or events that do affect your life. They change the course of your life a little. The turkey says someone is behaving stupidly. The turkeys were meant to stay in the Christmas sector, weren't they? But here's a turkey. Here's someone who is behaving silly. I think the reason this card comes up in a reading often is, one can sometimes, when people are being a little bit impossible, especially Librans will think this. Being one myself, I can say this. We'll think, well, maybe I should handle this differently. Maybe I should have handled it differently. But in this case, this person is just being silly. People always have their reasons for behaving the way they do. We're not always sort of privy to that information. But just keep in mind this person is behaving in a way that is not appropriate or shouldn't be happening. They don't take responsibility for it. That's mainly what I'm trying to say. The box says you'll receive a gift. So it does look like January is a nice month for that. You're going to be receiving something. I get a feeling for quite a lot of you, when this person is behaving in a silly way, you get the gift of the situation being sorted for you. Because the final card is the rainbow. It says the most difficult part of the situation is over. It could be that this was a long-standing situation where someone is just sort of continuously being a turkey. And finally, something shifts in this situation. Finally, something gets done about it, or the person just gets moved completely out of your sphere and you don't have to deal with it anymore. I think that could be the gift. It could also be that this chain of events leads to this person, and as a gift, they leave. It could also be when they leave your life, something else moves into your life, or something actually physically moves into your life that is a gift for you. So that's a very nice way to be sort of compensated for this turkey that has been in your life. Now we move on to your relationship reading. This is a very interesting reading. There are different energies in here, different to usual. The engagement card shows up, and I already said I saw a bracelet with a heart on it in your teacup. So that means definitely for some of you, there's the potential in the month of January for a deep commitment, possibly even engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and you get the Sea King as well. So that is that sort of almost absolute, I want to have that sort of quiet, solid, emotional feel That's what I'm getting there, especially with that Sea King card. So this is, I think, mainly aimed at those of you that are already in relationships that can move to that level now, and you will find that your relationships are moving to that level. And it need not even necessarily be a case, you could already be married, let me put it that way. But your relationship kind of heads down a very sort of dependable, sure-footed sort of lane, path, direction. That's the word I'm looking for at the moment. Sorry, I'm listening to the messages coming through to me. The reconciliation card comes up next. Someone from your past is returning to your life, and there you have the Sea Queen. Isn't it interesting the Sea Queen and the Sea King are both turning up in this reading? This is, I get husband and wife. That's the instant little message that came into my head now. So for some of you, perhaps your relationships have been a little bit estranged. You had Uranus in your 7th house, and it's moving permanently out of there, I think, by May. But for many of you Librans, especially if those that are early born Libra in September and maybe beginning of October, you'll find that Uranus is now done with you. So you'll find your relationships are now starting to find more sure footing, and you will find that the people you're attracting into your life, if you are single, are more dependable. They're not quite so erratic as those people you've been meeting over the last few years, thanks to Uranus. So for many of you, you will find that, especially, like I say, the early born Librans, but for others as well, because it depends on the aspects in your chart. But you will find now you will start attracting more solid types into your life. They are the types that are willing to have long-term relationships. And those of you in relationships will find your relationship has a much more solid foundation to it now, especially if it survived these last 7 years. It's really the solid relationship now. The final card is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, and you get the 6 of Earth with that. There's a feeling here of nurturing. So it's a case of, if you're in a committed partnership or relationship, it's time the two of you take a little bit of time out, and it's probably going to happen in January. Whether you say you decide it or not, it's probably going to happen. And you're going to just nurture that relationship and each other. Very, very nice, warm energy, that. And then for others of you that are wanting someone to come into your life, it's almost as if there's a quiet energy at the end of January that nurtures the relationship realm in your life. And you might actually see this is where, if you are back with somebody from the past, that the two of you get a bit of quiet time together to get to know one another again. That's a message for some of you out there, okay? And the reconciliation, here comes a message for some others of you, can be someone that you just connected with in the past, but you didn't really get to have a relationship yet. Here comes your second chance, okay? Now, your tarot cards that come up quite clearly describe a situation that I think is all about that turkey we spoke about at the beginning of the reading, that person who's misbehaving. That Ten of Fire says there is a little bit of drama going on, and you may feel inclined to feel responsible for it. You aren't. Remember right at the beginning of the reading with the tea leaf fortune telling cards, I said to you that you may end up feeling like that about the person who's misbehaving like a turkey. Don't. You have every right to step away from this situation. The Sky Tom says you may feel an inclination to step in there, take charge, even in a slightly aggressive way, to prevent what is happening. It's only going to make it worse, okay? Rather step back. Because that 3 of Earth and the Sky King tell me that you can possibly collaborate with someone else or a few someone else's in rectifying the situation. And if you keep a calm, analytical mind, which you guys are world famous for, Sky King is, after all, the Libran card, isn't it? You can bring order to this seeming chaos, and this person can be sorted, or the situation can be sorted rather quickly. Just don't be tempted to get involved in it, or feel responsible for it, or just dive in there really hard to try and fix it. It's not going to fix it. It's going to take a bit of collaboration with other people. This is possibly also where the gift part comes in, where you'll suddenly find that the situation can be resolved with a little bit of analysis, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of asking other people to collaborate with you with whatever it may be. But whatever you do, it's not your fault. Don't take responsibility for it. It's A Libran trait, like I say, I should know. I'm one. We can fix situations, especially emotional situations where other people are involved. We'll often spring in to keep the peace because we're so capable of it. But that's not always worth it. As you can see with that cat in the first card, he's going to end up getting burnt doing that. So rather don't. Rather just step back from this one and let your analytical mind find sort of a game plan that is a better one. For the most part, a very, very nice reading. And I like that you get the rainbow in there. I like that you get gifts, that you get prosperity and abundance. So there's nice things coming in for you in the month of January. I do hope you enjoyed that reading. I would like to repeat again, if you'd like a personal private reading, subscription to weekly updates for your particular star sign, or to book that incredible soulmate reading, please contact me via the website. The link is in the description box below. Thank you for watching, listening, commenting. I read every single comment. I try to reply as often as I can. And for those of you that share the videos, a very big thank you to you too.